I'm going to make a dinner for myself. I've chosen some of the items that I really love and I'm putting them together. Shrimps, shallots, mushrooms, green pepper, tomato, broccoli, and this is fresh garlic, peeled, not to lose it because usually the amount you buy goes bad before you finish it. Put it in the Cuisinart and I grind it up with olive oil. Most everything I cook is with olive oil, so this is ready to go. And I just leave it in the freezer, take it out when I need it. That's the freshest fresh garlic that you could have. Oh, I forgot one item. I like crunchy in my food when it's soft, even though I'm going to cook everything al dente. So I have some toasted slivered almonds also. This may seem like a lot of food, but when you cook it, a lot of it shrinks, and I want to enjoy. This is all for one person, and that person is me. There are a few steps involved here if you really want a nice dish. First, we peel the shrimps, save the shell, because we're going to simmer the shell with a little water, and that's what you do. So you save the shrimps, and then you cut the shrimp down the back, so when it cooks, it just looks prettier. And plus we have to clean it, so just slice it down like so. Don't go all the way through, and that's ready. We'll wash that, take that out, and then we'll boil up the shells. There are all the peelings. We'll just add water. Put this on the fire, cook it, reduce it. You'd be surprised how much flavor is in that skin. And I'm only going to season this dish with salt and pepper because I have everything I like, the natural taste, the broccoli, the mushrooms, the garlic, shallots, pepper, tomato. And I don't want to have anything else in there but the salt to bring out the flavor and pepper to just give it a little kick. Now that everything is cut up, how do you cook all of this and get a nice dish with not overcooking some items and not undercooking others? So what you do is, you know that the shallots take a little longer. So I'm going to cook and I want to break down the tomato. So I'm going to saute the shallots with the tomato and the mushrooms. And after that's done, then I'm going to saute the broccoli. And when it's almost done, I'll throw the green peppers in. Now reserve everything off to the side. The last thing I'm going to cook are the shrimps. I'll season them, flour them, saute them, and then saving the stock at the very end to add. Now I have the my little wok type thing over the flame, getting it hot, putting a little olive oil in there. We're going to season with a little salt, sea salt. I'm going to put a little garlic for my frozen garlic in there. And I'll do this to all the items. We go with the shallots. I like vegetables, so that's why I'm using quite a bit. And I like the flavor of shallots. And I love mushrooms. And the tomatoes. Tomatoes will break down, give it a nice flavor. We'll put a little pepper. If you like pepper, put a lot. A little sea salt. On each of the items, everything has to be seasoned. I don't want to waste film time on this, but I will tell you, this will take about 5 minutes of stirring like this, and you feel the item. The mushrooms are soft, the shallots are soft, we're ready for the next step. seeming like it's cooking nicely and there's a little moisture in there. I'm going to add a little more oil, and I'm going to add the broccoli, a little more pepper, another pinch of salt. I'm using sea salt, which is a little stronger. Now I add the broccoli. Now the peppers. Now as soon as you feel the broccoli is al dente, or the way you like it, then we'll take everything out of here and get ready for the shrimp. And just a little more of that chopped garlic. I know we all love garlic, so why not put it in? Now you could add, I'm not adding herbs. I like all the flavor, these items all by themselves. I do use herbs on certain things if I'm cooking for other people, but this is my dinner and I like the natural flavors of everything. It'll give me a nice plate. I made a little rice to go with this, very little. When I'm cooking with a high flame like this, I'm constantly stirring, never leaving it alone, so everything cooks evenly. Now I want to taste a piece of broccoli. Nice and al dente. I'm going to shut the flame off. We'll just take everything out. Because once we cook the shrimps, we'll be adding this. Toss it and then serve it. So it will cook again for maybe a minute. Now we just wait. Shut the flame off, and we're going to have to check how much liquid is left in the shrimp skins. So this will take another couple of minutes. I'll set up the shrimps. Put a little pepper, a little bit of salt, not much, the sea salt is very strong. Give it a little mix. I'm going to add flour, and I'm using brown rice flour, only because I didn't want to use regular flour. But you can use regular flour. Make sure it's coated nicely so it doesn't feel too wet, because this has to absorb all the juices and the stock that we made from the shrimp skin, so the dish won't be watery. And that should do it. Get the little wok a little hot here, and now as you see, just enough liquid in there to add. It should work out just fine. I put some garlic, a little more oil. Now we add the shrimps. You could also could have put a little white wine into the stock for the shrimps. Many ways to go with this. Now we're going to keep this film running until this is finished. We're just going to move over to here where my larger burner is. I like to cook the shrimps quickly. These are a nice size. Usually when you go to the fish store or the supermarket, these would be the largest ones that they have in the showcase. Unless you went to a fish store which sold the 15 and under, which are much larger. But I think these are just the perfect size. See the nice shape they have? They curl up. Just like when you go to a good Chinese restaurant and you order the shrimp Cantonese. They usually cut them the same way. And they seem larger. Plus they cook a little faster too since they're cut. Now we're going to add the vegetables because the shrimps are only going to take about another minute or so. And we're going to add the juice from the shrimp skins to give it that flavor. And this should thicken itself up very nicely. Actually, if you put ginger in here, and a little soy sauce, maybe mixed with a little hoisin, but then you have to add sugar because soy sauce needs a lot of sugar. That's what's wrong with Chinese food, too much sugar. That's why I went this way. See how nicely? It's not watery. Gives it a nice shiny finish, especially since it's rice flour and not regular flour. Another minute and we're done. We'll just give it a little cover. Get my plate for presentation. I'll put the sticky rice that I made on the plate. I like sticky rice. I used a third cup of sticky rice. That's it. One more item. Let's put the toasted almonds, the slivered almonds in there. Get a little crunchiness out of this. Well, if I had some scallions, I would put that in here also. I'm going to enjoy this dish. I don't cook shrimps too often for myself. Now, how does that look? Care to join me? I'll be done before you get here. I hope you enjoy this.